One of the biggest mistakes amateur players make is believing that a stronger wrist snap creates a stronger topspin. In a recent coaching session, former Chinese national team player FangBo explained why this common belief is actually limiting your forehand loop.
有的人直接掉手腕，掉手腕为了什么？为了动手腕。掉手腕为了动手腕，掉手腕为了是什么？他不是说刻意去掉，因为他为了这一下的手腕找感觉。我们拉球，你见过有掉手腕的吗？
To loop the ball, you need to supinate your wrist to generate spin. If the wrist is hanging, there will be no rotation or power.
所以我们拉球，手腕你们看啊，放松垂直就是这样，啊，放松垂直，啊，放松垂直，看，就是这个角度，别翘手腕啊，不要翘手腕，翘手腕你的手腕就没有空间了啊，你只能推了。
There is a risk of being pancaked with this wrist position. The racket should lift up instead of swinging forward. The lifting motion should be small, without much rotation or speed. How to generate power? Avoid hanging the wrist and swing the racket back vertically. Pull the ball back slightly when looping. Open the wrist slightly to generate power. Maintain this angle during looping, consistent for all shots. The main misconception, relying too much on the wrist. The racket head facing inward indicates an obvious over-reliance on the wrist. Power generated from the wrist is lost upon ball contact. The ball has already left. We must intercept it at the moment of contact and snap it. See, all the balls are concentrated here. Snap. The next action appears to vanish. No. In that case, rely solely on your wrist for power. Slow motion effect. Let me demonstrate. I've been the most realistic. I don't do it intentionally. Observe my wrist movement when I strike the ball. The final wrist action aligns with the forearm, no forward swing. The wrist stops at the end, aligning with the forearm. Observe Brother Bo's wrist. Swing. A slight swing here. Extend out. Snap. I reach this position. This is not how you move your wrists. Let me demonstrate it live for you once more. Next, I'll demonstrate the incorrect looping technique. This is the sensation of a typical professional table tennis loop. I'll demonstrate the incorrect method. I'll incorporate more wrist action for the pull. I'll use my wrist for a pulling shot. The ball quality for this shot type is noticeably inferior to a standard loop. It doesn't penetrate. To add friction, follow this technique. There's no need to penetrate the ball. What do you think? This is the friction when I engage my wrist. Loop the ball with a right front arc trajectory. This ensures both friction and impact. Just lifting the hand upwards only creates friction. The pull I just talked about. It's this type of diagonal pull. We can only penetrate the ball with this type, right? Isn't it true that we can only penetrate it with this type of ball? If you use your wrist, take a look. Is what I said about the wrist correct? To adjust, right? Now, let me explain. Break through by using your wrist for unstoppable power. Harness our power. Looping the ball, follow through after hitting. In this side view, the ball is here. Is our power movement correct? What type of shot will we produce by using your wrist? You mentioned breaking through. Now, utilize your wrist. Done. The ball went out. Without breaking through and only using the wrist, observe the ball. The ball stops. No penetration. You're not generating power with your forehand. Look, forehand pull. Is everyone pulling like this? When using fingers and wrist. See how much power can be generated. Maximum power. Only creates friction. Lighter touch. Utilize forearm. Utilize upper arm. Closer to the table, increase wrist usage. Close to table play primarily depends on fingers and wrist.
调节上了，并不是用在夹摩擦上了。
Now, let's watch in slow motion. In this continuous pulling motion, the wrist remains almost stationary, primarily propelled by the upper arm to strike the ball forward. Notice where my fingers and wrist are moving. It happens at the moment of ball contact. We gradually adjust the fingers and wrist, as you can see, at that moment. Observe closely at the moment of ball contact. Watch, adjust forward. It's not solely adjusting the movement with fingers and wrist. See, with your hand position well, avoid moving your fingers and wrist, just pull like this. Observing in slow motion, Chen Feng's pulling hand mirrors brother Bo's, both striking the ball forward and upward at the same angle. Everyone, observe the angle and shape of his racket during ball pulling.
微微往外撇哈，接住球的时候展开，拉出去。对，
Yes, pull through after hitting the ball. Do not raise your hand. Yes, definitely do not lift it.
就是
This is because the wrist is overused.
你这球击不透。
Read more about table tennis on my blog, PingSunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.